Welcome back to Teach a Man to Fish channel. So you've got all that leftover ham. You're trying to figure out what to do with it. Well, this video is going to show you a fantastic and very simple recipe to use all that leftover ham. I'm going to do it in a Dutch oven. You can do it in a crock pot, you can do it in a stove, you can do it in a roaster in the oven. Let's go ahead and get the cook started. I hope you enjoy the video. So this is all you're going to need for this soup. I've got the cast iron Dutch oven, black pepper, a ham bone. I've also got some of the trimmings from the skin. I like that additional flavor. That's all the flavor that you need. That you don't have to add any salt, you don't have to add anything else. Remember when this tasted really good the first time you ate it? It tastes even better when it combines with the beans. We soaked these beans last night. That's probably the hardest part of this, is getting the beans prepped. You wash them, soak them overnight, and then they're ready for the cook today. We'll drain these, go ahead and get them into the pot. So when I told you this was a simple recipe, that's the extent of it. Ham, ham bone, trimmings, beans soaked overnight, a little bit of black pepper, and I can tell you this already smells fantastic. So now we'll go out, we'll get this set up, get the coals ready, start the cook. It's gonna take probably somewhere around an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're waiting to see that the meat fall off that bone and drop out into the soup. Let's go ahead and head on out to the grill. You may have noticed in that last segment that I used the side burner and the chimney to start the coals. You just can't beat the efficiency, the cleanliness. This method for lighting your coals is the way to go, in my opinion. I'll put a link down below to a chimney starter, and you can get a look at it through my Amazon affiliate. So I'm gonna try something new with this. I picked up one of these stoneware cookie sheets. I'm gonna do the cook over top of that up here on the deck. Just a different way of cooking. I don't have my Dutch oven table built yet. That will be in the future. This is a piece of plate steel that I picked up that's going to become that table when I get around to videotaping it and manufacturing this. It'll be a nice setup. I've got a couple of ideas. Please feel free to subscribe. Come back and you'll be able to see me turn this into a nice Dutch oven cook table. That's the lid lifter and the stand for placing the lid on. You'll see that in use later on in the video. Looks like those coals are ready. Let's go ahead and get the coals and get the Dutch oven set up to do the cook. Now we'll go ahead and get these coals spread out, positioned. And I'll be monitoring the temperature that gets generated by these coals. I may have to reload. This will be probably about an hour and a half cook. And I'm gonna cook from the top and the bottom on this to get that heat up, but not as many coals as I would for a normal bake. I can't stress enough how nice it is to have these gloves, these grill gloves. I'll go ahead and put a link onto the video for a pair of these gloves. They just do a nice job of protecting you from the heat as you're handling the coals and that kind of thing. Well, I was experimenting with that cookie sheet. I should have known to remove the metal. It just cracked. I'm not gonna mess with it now. I've already got the cook going, so we'll just let that roll. Well, there it is. Now it's just a waiting, watching, and monitoring game. Here we are a little ways into the cook, and I just want to keep an eye on, make certain that nothing's sticking to the bottom or gonna burn. You can probably tell by looking at my homemade lid lifter. This is actually designed for a much larger lid, but it works for this one. That's the stand that I have. Yep, nothing sticking to the bottom. Plenty of good fat in there to keep that from happening. Enough liquid. Maybe a bit too much liquid, but it'll just be a little soupier. But it's coming along nicely. I can tell that cook is slowing down a little bit. Let's get in there and take a look. I have reloaded the coals once, so we're still getting a little bit of bubbling in there. The meat is definitely breaking up off the bone now. Yep, dropping off the bone. So we'll give these coals a little bit longer. I'm not going to reload it, and we'll see how it comes out then. There it is with some garnish. I like a little bit of spice with just about everything, you'll notice. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and the video. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, and come on back for more.